and Economic Development. We have one bill today, AB 679 by Assemblymember Allen. Please welcome Assemblymember, and we will hear this on regarding controlled substances.
Yes. First, I'd like to thank the chairman and committee members for this last-minute hearing.
I'm sorry. We do have a quorum, so may I take the roll first? Thank you. Please call the roll. Thank
Hill?
you. Here.
Hill here. Bates? Berryhill? Block? Here. Block here. Galgiani? Hernandez? Here. Hernandez here. Jackson? Mendoza? Here. Mendoza here. Watkowski?
Here.
Watkowski here.
Bates here.
Bates here.
Bates is here as well. That's very good. We do have a quorum. Please continue. Sorry for the interruption.
In 2013, we established a requirement for all prescribers and dispensers of controlled substances to apply to the Cures database by January 1st, 2016, so that they could all access the information in the system to help reduce prescription drug abuse and diversion. We also required the DOJ to work in conjunction with the Department of Consumer Affairs and the relevant boards to establish a streamlined application and enrollment process, because the application process required licensees to provide duplicative information already available through the DCA and was unnecessarily burdensome. The original estimate for the streamlined process was summer of 2015, but the new application process has yet to be rolled out. To avoid confusion and encourage licensee onboarding with Cures as it gets upgraded, AB 679 simply provides a modest 6-month extension to the enrollment deadline. The bill has no option, or no opposition, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember Travis. Are there witnesses in support?
Alicia Sanchez, representing the California Medical Association. We continue to support the Cures database, both in concept as well as financially through our licensing fees, and are very much looking forward to the streamlined process that was envisioned in SB 809, which we understand should be available very soon. The challenge that we're concerned about is that there will be things potentially changing in this next 3-month window when people will be attempting to enroll. And we really want to avoid confusion by the licensees during that time, in part also because we want them to, really embrace the new Cures process and have a good experience as they're moving forward. And so we think this modest extension makes sense in that regard, and we would ask for your support.
Very good. Thank you. Others in support?
Teresa Anderson on behalf of California Academy of PAs, and we echo the comments of CMA in support of the bill.
Good. Thank you. In support? Good afternoon.
Yes, Robert Sumner with the Department of Justice. We actually, at this time, don't have a formal position, but I am happy to say that our neutrality is probably a positive sign. We'll be rolling out the automated process soon, and we think that 6 months is a reasonable extension of time for the prescribers to be comfortable.
Very good. Thank you very much. Others in support? Seeing no one, is there anyone here in opposition? More support. Almost cut you off. More prescribers.
Hi, good evening. Good evening,
Almost.
Mr. Chair and members. Angie Minetti with the California Retailers Association, also in support. Our membership is very anxious for the launch of the registration process, and just very appreciative for the consideration of the extension of this deadline. This is going to be very essential for us to get all of our members fully registered so that we can start to begin to use the database the way it should have been.
Great. Thank you. Anyone else in support? We have a motion from Senator Block. Anyone in opposition? Hearing no one. Discussion, comments? Yes, Senator Hernandez.
Yeah, question. Is this to allow the providers to adapt to the new system, or my understanding, or is this because of the incompatibility of the software and the ability for it to start working correctly?
And I will defer to DOJ to explain what the process is, but our understanding is that the Cures database functionality and the application process are kind of separate things happening concurrently. The upgrades are happening concurrently in this point in time, but they're separate. But I think
is it an incompatibility issue as well?
Sure. I mean, I think the issue is right in saying that it's kind of a bifurcated issue. Right now, we are learning that there are a number of user end issues with kind of getting phased into the 2.0 process. So we're maintaining both the 1.0 and 2.0 at the same time. Right now, a user could register for Cures and use 1.0. So it is a separate issue. In order to use the automated process we'll be rolling out, you will need a compliant browser, which is the primary user end issue that some of the prescribers have experienced. But shouldn't be completely relevant to when a user decides to phase into 2.0.
Okay, so it's sort of a combination of both, but as well getting the providers prepared for the transition. And I know it's been going on for a while, but my concern, and I'm supportive of the bill, but my concern is that, I mean, it's sort of like the analogy of rolling out ICD-10. I mean, we just have postpone, you know what I'm talking about, postponing, but, you know, now you have a drop deadline for October 1st, and at some point you have to do it. And the cures is especially important because we're dealing with substance abuse and controlled substances that are overprescribed, and I think everything we need to do as soon as possible, make sure that those patients don't get medications that shouldn't get there. That's the concern I have. So, I mean, my message is, you know, get it done as soon as possible because, you know, patients' lives are at risk.
That schedule is, what, I mean, is it, what is the potential schedule at this point? Is it by the 6 month period, or did you mention before about 3 months?
So again, bifurcating the registration component and the rollout of the full system. We currently have Cures 2.0 live and operating in a full production environment. But what we've been doing is we've been whitelisting a soft launch of early adopters into the system in order to make sure that we have time to work with the different prescriber groups, large health chains, things like that, to ensure comfort with the system when it comes on. So we do have the system currently live, and we're aiming for a January 1 launch of the full 2.0 system for all users. Just at the moment, we're currently phasing it in you know, parts in order to make sure that we're not throwing it onto any systems that, you know, would otherwise be better off with 1.0, despite the fact that 2.0 has a number of upgraded functionalities. As far as the automated registration process, that we're expecting next month.
And so there's no expectation that you'll be here or someone will be here in May of next year looking for another extension?
No.
No anticipation of that?
No, and we worked with CMA to give them guidance on what amount of time would likely be necessary, considering that we do expect to have automation in play within the next month.
Very good, thank you. Other questions, comments? Seeing none, we do have a motion from Senator Block to do pass to the Senate floor for consideration. Please call the roll. Oh, sorry, would you like to close?
Just ask your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Assemblyman.
Hill?
Thank you. Aye.
Hill, aye. Bates? Bates, aye. Berryhill? Berryhill, aye. Block? Block, aye. Galgiani? Hernandez? Hernandez, aye. Jackson? Jackson, aye. Mendoza? Mendoza, aye. Wadkowski? Wadkowski, aye.
8-0. The bill is out. We'll hold the roll open for a minute or two, and thank you very much. Thank you. That's it. We're done from that standpoint. Kathleen is. Very good. We do have. We will close the roll on AB 679. 8-0 is the vote, and it's out. This hearing is adjourned.